We're going to talk about Ukraine, of course, and we're going to talk about once again about the ultimatum that was issued by the Russian Federation 4 years ago. Let's take a look at this small article and let's discuss everything. Let's discuss the chronology of everything that happened. So December 1st of 2021, so 4 years ago, during a ceremony for the presentation of credentials by foreign ambassadors, Putin defined obtaining security guarantees from the West as the top priority for the Russian Ministry of Foreign Affairs. He emphasized that legal, juridically guarantees are needed because of Western colleagues failed to fulfill the corresponding verbal commitments they had made. And on December 2nd of 2021 in Stockholm, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov issued an ultimatum to the West stating that Ukraine is being pumped with weapons and the nightmare scenario of military confrontation is returning. Lavrov threatened ignoring Russia's legitimate concerns, drawing Ukraine into the US geopolitical games against the backdrop of NATO forces being deployed in close proximity to our borders will have the most serious consequences and will force us to take countermeasures to restore the military strategic balance. So now we understand that Sergei Lavrov, the foreign minister, first of all, was talking about the special military operation that started almost 2 months after. So on the 7th, so Russians issued ultimatum, and later on December 17th, the Russians published the draft agreements titled "Treaty between the Russian Federation and the United States of America on Security Guarantees," and the second agreement was agreement on measures to ensure the security of the Russian Federation and member states of the North Alliance Treaty Organization. So that was an agreement published by the Russian Federation 4 years ago. 4 years ago, not establish military bases or engage in military cooperation with states of the former USSR. This is what the United States were obliged to according to those agreements. Halt NATO's eastward expansion, including refusing admission to former Soviet republics, not deploy intermediate and shorter range missiles near Russia's border, not deploy nuclear weapons abroad, and dismantle existing infrastructure for them. Russia and the United States shall jointly undertake to not interfere in each other's internal affairs or support efforts to change each other's governments, limit military activity near each other's borders. NATO shall undertake to withdraw troops and military infrastructure from territories or countries that joined the alliance after 1997, refrain from any military activities in Ukraine, Eastern Europe, the South Caucasus, and Central Asia, not conduct large scale military exercises near Russia's borders. So those were demands, and that this is an ultimatum, that the ultimatum that was issued by the Russians 4 years ago. And it seems that currently the Russian Federation and the United States of America, probably after 4 years of very heavy clashes and very bloody war through Ukraine, came to decision that it's time to cut this 4 year as if this 4 year never existed. So it seems that we are returning back to 2021, and that today is the 1st of December of 2021, and Putin is about just to issue this ultimatum, and tomorrow the foreign minister Lavrov will confirm this ultimatum in Stockholm, and on the 3rd of December of 2025, the representatives, not 2025 but 2021, the representatives of the United States of America will come to the Russian Federation and will give the Russians this plan, this 28-point plan of security guarantees for the Russian Federation, for Ukraine, and for the European Union. Once again, it seems that the USA and the Russian Federation are trying to forget anything that happened during these 4 years, and to continue living as if nothing happened, and to continue living as if the United States of America, the Western countries, and NATO countries started listening to the Russian Federation at the beginning, and that there were no 4 years of heavy clashes in Ukraine. So this is the reality we're living in. Anyway, let's wait and see what is going to happen on the anniversary of the Putin's ultimatum of 2021. But it seems that something interesting the Western countries will provide, and it seems that there are very high chances that Europe will get its security guarantees. And when talking about Europe, we're talking about European Union, NATO, Ukraine, and the Russian Federation. but not everything depends, of course, on Putin and Trump. A lot of things depends on Zelensky. He says that there are important days and much can change, and he said that after conversation with NATO secretary. Furthermore, we have reports that Zelensky fled to Paris, and currently he has already meeting with the president of France, Macron. Most likely, they were talking